to shift from thinking about quantity to thinking more about quality of screen use.
These stories and a gorgeous new statue, one of the few in this country of leaders of traffic movement, coming up here now. First. Live from NPR News, I'm Lakshmi Singh. American voters across the country and around the globe likely have a better idea of what's working or not working for them after 2 nights of mostly virtual Democratic National Convention. So far, speeches targeting racial, economic, and healthcare inequities have dovetailed with the message that a leader of good character should occupy the Oval Office. As Oscar Pollock says, some audiences are also feeling a generational gap.
The overall tone of the convention taken so far has been one many young Democrats are saying is just too much nostalgia for them. There aren't very many convention speakers at all who are even under the age of 40. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez was one of them, and they certainly wanted her to have more speaking time.
NPR's Asma Khalid reporting ahead of his congressional testimony on Friday. U.S. Postmaster General Louis DeJoy is temporarily backing off plans to carry out cuts at the U.S. Postal Service. But as NPR's Miles Parks explains, questions remain about the ongoing mail delays across the U.S., and Democrats say they still are not satisfied.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says she's going forward with plans for a House vote on legislation that would prohibit the Postal Service from making changes to services in place at the beginning of the year. She and other Democrats said DeJoy's statement was a good first step, but that he needs to commit to reverse the changes he's already implemented as well. California Secretary of State Alex Padilla, a Democrat.
We're not satisfied with the statement at all. There's a lot more questions that the Postal Service and the Trump administration need to answer.
Lawmakers will ask many of those questions at congressional hearings when DeJoy testifies before the Senate Homeland Security Committee Friday and the House Oversight Committee Monday. Miles Parks, NPR News, Washington.
Well, more than 24 wildfires are raging across parts of California today. Evacuation orders are in place. Overnight fires forced thousands of people to escape fast-moving flames from several places, including parts of Mexico City. 100,000 have details.
Overnight, police and firefighters moved over 4 a.m. between Sacramento and San Francisco as approaching flames forced some residents there to flee. A series of wildfires that
Latino voters because it appears that it's not there. In the primaries, Joe Biden lost the young Latino vote to Senator Bernie Sanders by huge margins in California, then in your state of Texas. Now a survey by Voto Latino finds a lack of enthusiasm again for the Biden ticket. Can the Biden campaign, do anything to fix that? Last night we saw Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez nominate, it was just a symbol, but nominate Bernie Sanders for president because there were delegate votes coming in for him. That's a reminder to young Latinos that he is not the candidate and that she is one of their heroes, and then she's relegated to this sort of second-tier nomination. How do you get their enthusiasm?
No, I think Alexandria is the future. But I think that you'll see a lot of enthusiasm among Latinos, young and old, for Joe Biden. In fact, I believe that we'll see the highest Latino turnout in terms of percentage of the voting electorate come out to vote this year, including young Latinos, because as they watch what's going on with Donald Trump, they see a man who is putting their future on they dream about their careers and what they want to do in years. And so I think that people are going to be very motivated. Even though a lot of folks may have preferred Bernie Sanders or somebody else in the primary, they know that Joe Biden is much closer to them ideologically and in terms of what they really want for their country.
Congressman Castro, thank you.
Thank you.
Apple today became the first company in the U.S. to hit market capitalization of $2 trillion. Because the S&P 500 closing at a record level yesterday, beating a previous record not seen since February, before the pandemic became a daily part of American life. But does this gain really line up with the country's current economic reality? I'm the South African is Diane Swan. And welcome back.
Good to be here.
Well, what do you make of what's happening with the stock market?
Not just saying that the dissonance between Wall Street and Main Street is a bit deafening these days. I think the important thing to remember, as we've always said, is the stock market is not the economy, and the economy is not the stock market, and that's never been more true than it is today. In fact, many ways what we're seeing in the stock market, there's several issues. One is that it doesn't reflect what's going on Main Street because it really doesn't reflect the composition of the pain that Main Street has felt. But also there is a bet out there sort of about large companies, which undermines our dynamism, our entrepreneurship, and our ability to generate jobs on the other side of this crisis.
So what's your sense then of what's going on in the real economy on Main Street? Because we do see unemployment still above 10%. We're seeing, around 1 million people filing for unemployment claims each week. That's a lot historically. What's your sense of what's really happening?
Well, what we're really seeing on Main Street is that many of what people thought were just transitory or temporary employment losses are now becoming permanent employment losses. In fact, what we fear is we're starting to see a lot of plateauing in economic data, which is bad news. Out of the depth of the hole created by the pandemic, and what that kinds of scars does that leave us in wounds for longer term, and that's what we're really worried about at this stage of the game. The Federal
Steps since this pandemic to prop up a lot of parts of the economy. How much of an effect do you think the Fed is having right now on the stock market, and how much of an effect is the Fed having on everything else?